Morning, folks. Woke up at the Surprise Creek campsite, had a good night of sleep. And I'm not sure if I mentioned or not, but I did some major work on the heel blisters I had on my heel yesterday. My left heel had calloused over a little bit, but some of it had kind of flaked up, and I was able to get at it with the scissors on my mini Swiss Army knife and was able to remove the callus. And when I removed the callus, there was some fresh skin underneath and made me really worried because initially it looked like it might be infected because it was a bit soggy and damp. And you know, I've been crossing through bogs and creeks and all kinds of bacterial water sources that could really mess that thing up, and a infected blister can significantly derail your hike. I was able to cut away the dead skin and put some antibiotic ointment on it and then just let it air overnight. And when I woke up this morning, looks great, looks perfect. I was able to do a little bit on the right foot, but not as much on the left foot, but they both feel great. And I retooled my shoe inserts a little bit as well by adding duct tape to take off the hard edge that was giving me the blisters in the first place. And right now, feels great. I'm hoping that continues, and once again, I'll be getting new shoes and inserts in Dubois. I'm gonna get an entirely different model of shoe from Topo because this one just isn't cutting it. They're falling apart on me. I'll show you some photos when I do the swap out. Anyways, we've got 26 miles today to, I believe it's called Two Divide campsite or Two Divide Creek, and apparently it is a creek that splits in half, and one half flows to the Pacific Ocean and one flows either to the Atlantic or the Gulf, which is kind of neat. And then we'll do a 26-mile day tomorrow, which will set us up for a 10-mile day into Dubois for the following day when we go into town. Over the 26-mile day today, we have got a 10,000 foot climb, or a climb over 10,000 feet. Should be a great day. Alright, y'all, this is fireweed. We've seen it on our entire trip. Now, in Alaska, there is a saying or a thought that once the fireweed reaches the top and looks like this, summer is over. And we've found that that's actually pretty consistent. Usually like plus or minus 2 to 3 weeks from when it hits the top. It's usually when the fall really starts in earnest. So I think we're getting close here. And that tracks, because right around September, it should start getting colder up in the mountains here. And all this brush will start to die off. Which, you know, it's sad, but it is the changing of the seasons. It's also encouraging for me because I prefer the colder temperatures. And have been getting cooked by this sun and exposure. It'll be nice not to walk through a ton of brush. So it's all good. There's positives. I mean, it's just the changings of the season. And it means that this hike is progressing. I mean, I think this is day, oh man, day 37. No, I'm not even going to screw that up. It's in the video title. All right, talk to you later. This is the Snake River, and I think we were going to cross this like 3 or 4 times. So I'm just going to rock my Shark Week fake Crocs that Swiss Miss got me for about a half mile, I think. Oh, this feels so nice. Oh my gosh. It is like the perfect temperature. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it's knee deep here. Beautiful. Okay, crossing number 1. It's more of a creek than anything, but ooh, it's deep too. Whoosh, almost fell. Almost fell. Ugh. Crossing number 2 complete. Damn! Well, folks, that is it for Yellowstone. So that's got us entering the Teton Wilderness, the Bridger-Teton National Forest. And this should say entering, but we are leaving Yellowstone. How cool. Alright, y'all, we got about a 1,400-foot climb over the next 3 miles, and then 3 miles after that for a total of 6 miles to our camp for the evening. Like I said, we're going to camp at that creek that flows to 2 separate oceans. I did find out that it is the Pacific and the Atlantic. That'll be a pretty cool campsite. Well, hopefully we get over the high point before it starts storming, because we've got that storm on the left right there, and we've got this one that's making a bunch of noise over our right shoulder, and it looks pretty exposed up there. So hopefully we get over quick. Well, I have hunkered down in the tent. I had a bolt of lightning that went basically right over my head, and there was about a second between flash to bang, so I decided it'd be a good idea just to hunker down before I went up any further and got even more exposed. So I'm hanging out in the tent for the time being in a stand of spruce trees, and I'm just gonna hang out. And if I'm wrong and this thing just passes over me without tearing me up too bad, then at least I got some good rest. But if I'm alright, then I reduce my odds of getting struck by lightning, hopefully. Well, the weather shifted just enough to where I can make a run for it, so I just topped out at 10,000 feet, but we are totally encircled with storms. I mean, it's raining everywhere within like a half mile of here. Probably even closer, but pretty rad view of the Tetons right there. That's pretty sick. Looks like we're just gonna make it before we descend. Woo! It's a hard push getting up here, trying to beat that storm. I was running some of the downhills, just trying to get down a tree line now, so it's not as bad. Here we are, folks, the parting of the waters. Everything on the left's going to the Atlantic, everything to the right's going to the Pacific. And I would have to say that the Atlantic is getting the better part of this deal. The Pacific's getting some really nice muddy horse water. We are in camp, got the tent set up, and we are having a couscous pesto with sun-dried tomatoes, courtesy of Swiss Miss. I'm pretty jazzed about this, and I think tonight I'm gonna have 2 dinners because I have 3 dinners left, but only 2 more nights. So I think that's gonna happen, and it's fiery ramen with chicken. Hell yeah! Here we go, folks. Let's get that pole deck, and it's artificial spicy chicken flavor. Sweet. Oh man, this might be about to wear me out. You can see the little red flakes in there. Ooh, it looks angry, but it also looks good. I'm just about to jump in the sleeping bag, go ahead and knock out the clothes out for today. But we woke up at the Surprise Creek campground, which was interesting because people were really complaining about how it was all knee-high grass, but we had a great campsite. No complaints. Probably because we've had a lot more people in front of us that have packed it down than the first person that went through there, but it was solid. Anyways, knocked out 27 miles today, went over that 10,000 foot climb, dodged those storms, which was great. Had that one lightning bolt that flashed right overhead that had me freaked out. So set up camp for a couple minutes, and I think it was like 30-40 minutes I waited there, and it was pretty calm. It sounded like there was a break in the storm, so decided to make a run for it. And yeah, I got set up at this campsite, which is just down from the Divide Creek, which one side flows to the Atlantic, one flows to the Pacific. We are on the Pacific side. The creek is actually just right over there. You saw a shot, or you will see a shot of that here momentarily for the closeout. But went and soaked my feet in there, which has been really good. I've been trying to get in the habit of washing my legs and feet because it's just been so dry and dusty, and it's just not fun having super dirty feet. And it's probably also not good just in general for general cleanliness. So trying to stay on top of that as much as I can out here. Tomorrow is going to be another 26 to 27 mile day. We'll see how that shakes out. There's a couple campsites around that mile marker, and then that'll set us up for a 10 or an 11 mile day into Du Bois, which will be a great Nero that we can piggyback on top of a zero, because we are going to zero there. That'll be our first zero in, I think it's like 11 days, something like that. Maybe more, 12 days. But it's going to be really well enjoyed and very well needed. Well, anyways, guys, try to rack out, and I will bring you on tomorrow.